If you've been following me today, I apologize. I've been having some issues with my streaming software, with audio. So I'm back in my studio instead. I was trying to be cool and do it from my phone using the app, and it failed miserably. So if you come back on and join me again, I really appreciate the support and the patience today as I've worked through all this stuff. We're just gonna do it from here. So my name is Russ Tellup. I am the host of Trauma Talks Live, a podcast where we discuss trauma and the effects it have on your nervous system. Excuse me. And then how to leverage that information to be and live the best possible life that you can do. I am also the host of Coffee Talks Live, which is more of a short form, positive psychology, in and out, real quick, 5 to 10 minutes. If you see a topic, if it says Coffee Talks Live, and then you see a topic that you think is interesting, jump on it, listen to it. It's really short. And we'll talk about things like practical tools that you can use to work through trauma responses, how to start the healing process, some of the things that I've done in my healing journey as I've gone through it over the last three or 4 years, or 3 years, I guess. And then ways to get in touch with me for further work. We will also be talking about a little bit about the Mental Wellbeing Club. That's a new club that we've started. The Colorado Springs chapter here will have their first meeting March 7th. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch with me. But mainly just a place to learn about the positive side of psychology, right? The positive mindset bias, all of that. And then practical tools to use if you are facing or faced with a trauma response. So we're going to talk about the holidays today because the holidays are interesting, right? It's a time of celebration. If you've already listened to half of this, I promise that my sound won't go out. Excuse me. It's a time of celebration. It's a time to see people and connect with people that you don't normally get to see or connect with. It's a time of peace. It's a time of love. It's a time of giving. For those who are spiritual, it's a time of celebration of the birth of Christ. If you're Jewish, it's a time to celebrate Hanukkah. It's a time to give thanks. It's time to celebrate the start of a new year and the start of a new chapter. These are all very good things, right? It's hard to look at these. It's hard for those who are not feeling the holidays that way. It's hard for those people because those people may not feel like that family member that they haven't seen all year is a safe person to be around. They may not, their nervous system may not be ready to have time with that parent or with that sibling or with that coworker or whatever it is, right? Whoever for some who've just ended a toxic relationship, the holidays can feel incredibly lonely. Last year, as I approached the new year when I was going through the holidays, Thanksgiving, I went up to my brother's for about an hour, and then I came home and basically sat on the couch and watched YouTube videos. And then Christmas, I didn't celebrate at all. New Year's, I didn't celebrate at all. But what I found as I was going into the new year is I was still grieving, even though that relationship had been over for 7-8 months. I was still kind of grieving the connection that I would have had during the holidays, and I didn't have that anymore. And I was dissociated through the holidays. I found that I was dissociating through it just to get through it, just waiting for January to start. And when January started and I realized that this had been going on and this is what I've been doing, I really focused on grounding myself, and presence. And as I did, I think in the last year, I've done more grounding practices than I've done through my entire healing journey. And it's really made a huge difference. Now, this past Christmas was absolutely wonderful. Thanksgiving, excuse me, Thanksgiving, we went over to Allie's family's house, her sister's house, and had Thanksgiving dinner. It was wonderful. We had a great time. In fact, we're going over there tonight for game night. And then on Christmas, we spent over with at her mother's house for a few hours, and then I went over to Allie's house for dinner and spend the night up there with her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. Excuse me. And then New Year's, excuse me, man. New Year's, I just spent at home and relaxed. I mean, I think I went to bed at like 10 o'clock. But I was grounding myself going into it. As soon as the holiday started, I started feeling a little anxiety. Like it didn't feel right, didn't feel normal. There was something wrong with it. But I grounded myself and I made myself present. And by doing that, I was able to accept and feel and be a part of those celebrations where if I was dissociated the whole time, ruminating or whatever, I wouldn't have enjoyed the holiday as much as I did. So as you go into the new year, we're 10 days in already, but as you go into the new year, I really want you to put some real intention toward being present, being in the moment. And there's different ways to do that, right? You can use your eyes, you can use your nose, you can use your ears, and you can use your sense of touch. So as I'm sitting in my office right now, I can see 5 different colors. I've got my desk, which is black. I've got a wooden plaque over there that's more brown. Obviously, I've got my walls. I've got a guitar body hanging on the wall over here that's red. I've got, what is that for? I've got my brain model in the back that's pink. And then sounds. If I just stop and I'm really quiet, put my feet on the ground flat so that I can feel the connection between the ground and my body, and I just listen. I can hear my breathing. I can hear my weight settling into the chair, moving the vinyl. I can hear a clock in the background. I can hear movement outside. These things bring you directly into the present moment. And the present moment is safe. There's nothing dangerous happening in my studio right now, other than me possibly making an ass out of myself online by not having audio. Feel present. Feel here. Feel your feet touching the ground. I've got this nice, super soft microfiber rug under my desk. It's incredibly soft. So when I don't have socks on, I can feel how soft it is. It's like standing on a chinchilla. Not that that would be a good thing to do, but I can feel how cool to the touch my desk is. It's interesting why it's so much cooler than the rest of the room. Presence. I can feel my dog is kind of pressed up against my foot. So I can feel the warmth of his body against my foot. So these are all just noticing your environment and tuning into it. Meditation is presence. It's being here. It's being in your body. Just what we did right there is a form of meditation, and you can do that driving down the street. So as you enter 2026 and all the challenges and things that are coming up for you to deal with, all the wins, right? All the things that you're going to accomplish, all the things you're going to nail this year. Don't you want to be there to experience it and be present instead of dissociated? I spent my entire life dissociated. Being here in this moment, in this room, talking to you guys, hanging out with Dustin, that feels good. It feels safe. There's safety and presence. And what does that feel like? It feels like looseness in my chest. Feels like my shoulders are relaxed. There's no tension or pulling up. Feels like my stomach is settled, resting. My legs feel firm here. present, holding me, supporting me. That's what safety feels like. So if I know what safety feels like, I know I'm safe, right? But how do you know if you're feeling anything if you're not even in your body to feel it? So we've got somebody that jumped on. I'm just going to go check the chat real quick. Heather, 1 second. Thanks for jumping on, Heather. Oh, that was never mind. That was a different video. Okay. So yeah, we don't have anybody on the chat, so we're just gonna get back to saying goodbye or so long, right? 2026 is gonna be a great year, guys. There's a lot going on. I've got a lot going on. I'm sure you do too. If you don't, find some stuff to have going on. Every step forward is a step forward. If you do 1% today and 1% tomorrow and continue that for 100 days, you'll be done. Well, you'll be on to the next thing, right? All right, guys, I love y'all. I got to jump off of here. Happy New Year 2026. Let's make it happen. If you have any comments, throw them in the chat. I will. It looks like we got quite a few people joining actually now. So just go double check the chat real quick. Welcome, guys. If you don't mind just throwing your name in the chat so I can see who's on here, or not in the chat, in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Oh, there's Cece. How you doing, Cece? Anyway, 2026 is going to be the big year, guys. This is, as far as I'm concerned, we've got the Mental Wellbeing Club that's launching March 7th. That first meeting will be held down at the Mount Carmel Veterans Service Center. First theme for the first month is men's mental health. That doesn't mean that if you're not a man, you can't join us. I would love for you to join us. It would be great for you to learn a little bit about men as well, right? I mean, if you can understand your partner better, understand what he may be going through better, or if you simply want to bring someone who you think could benefit from learning about this type of stuff that we're talking about here. It can do with learning a little bit about how their body reacts and why they feel the way they feel. Bring them, support them, or come out yourself so that you can support them. There's so many opportunities for women at this event as well. We're also going to have a guy named Bob Landry. Bob's a good friend of mine. He's also the drummer in one of the bands I'm in. He is a motivational speaker and a coach, a business coach and mindset coach. So he's going to give a quick talk, about 20 minutes. And then we've got Frank Sinclair. If you live in Colorado Springs, you probably know Frank Sinclair personally because that guy knows everyone. Frank will be out there as well. He's going to give a quick talk. He's a motivational speaker as well. The guy's got a really, really amazing story. I'll be talking as well about vulnerability, how vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength, and how us as men need to learn to be more vulnerable, and learn to be leaders in our families and in our community in that way. So I can't wait to see y'all there. I'm hoping to max it out. We've got room for probably about 25 to 30 guests. So I'm here, and shortly there's already an event created under the Mental Wellbeing Club. If you guys are not a member on Facebook of the community group, the Colorado Springs Mental Wellbeing Club, look that up. It's underneath my name. Please join that. These events will, for the time being, be simulcasted on Facebook Live, just like this. And it will only be available on that Mental Wellbeing Club community group. So go join that. There's also going to be other exclusive content that I'll be putting on there. A lot of community-based stuff. So if you live in Colorado Springs, stuff specific to the Colorado Springs community. But if you don't live in Colorado Springs, there can still be some benefit to that. So feel free to join, even if you're not. It's a free group, so there's no charge to be in it. This first meeting is no cost. So we are going to be giving out breakfast burritos, and coffee. So if you guys come hungry and get yourself some free breakfast, I'm still looking for a restaurant to help sponsor this. So if you guys know a restaurant who would be interested in sponsoring with some breakfast burritos or helping put together help cater the coffee, whatever it is. I'm talking to Dutch Brothers right now about getting coffee. So come out, have some breakfast, hang out with some other guys, spend some time together, and maybe learn something about yourself. Right? Yeah. I wish this type of event had existed when I started my healing journey, because I kind of had to fumble my way through it, starting with just chance encounters with coaches or podcasts that kind of opened my eyes. And that's why I do these videos, is so hopefully one of the things I say just click that little light bulb for you guys, or one of you guys, even if one of them. That's one life, man. All right, guys. Love y'all. Have a happy new year. Take care.